Hey, Steve Icenogle here from Icenogle Heritage Woodworks, and today we're going to be building a folding bucksaw. In front of me here I have everything we're going to need for today's build. I built one of these a couple weeks ago for my son for his birthday, and I have a bunch of blades left over, so I think I'll make a few more. This is from Amazon, and it's a dry wood blade. So we're going to use those. I'll have to trim these outer holes in a few minutes on that, and we'll get that ready to fit up with the rest of the stuff. Today I'll also be using this chunk of wood. I got this from Carlton's Rare Guitar Woods and Veneers in Atlanta, Georgia. I've had this piece left for about a year, so we're going to use that for the handles today. I have this beautiful piece of leopardwood. It's got a very pretty texture to it, and I think that's going to really look good. We'll use that as the cross piece. We'll have to trim that up a little, and we'll plane this side. This is a piece of Wenge, and I got both of these pieces from Jubilee Specialty Woods in Robertsdale, Alabama, and they sell some really nice things down there. So I found this in my scrap pile. We're going to use that for the adjustment piece. I have a roll of Kevlar line here. This came from Amazon, just like the blades did. This is rated at 550 pounds, so it doesn't stretch at all, and it's going to make a great line for the adjustment on the saw and get that blade good and tight. And then I've got a couple of bolts and wing nuts. These are 1/4 inch, and they're going to be a little long, so we'll trim those up when we get the saw built to get those the right length. I've gone ahead and made a template for the handles ahead of time, so we'll use these, and so this saw will fold up and be really good. You can put it in your truck, in your kayak, with your camping stuff, any of that kind of thing, and it'll fold up really nicely and compact. So let's get to it. Alright, so here we are so far. We've got our blade installed, handles done, and those are going to fold up just like that. Okay. And now we're going to have to make our centerpiece. And we may have a little sanding to do left on this so it fits a little better. As I was resawing or as I was planing this crossbar, I decided it needed to be a little thicker. So what I did is took that piece of maple that we had left and resawed the leopardwood, and we're gonna sandwich that between there like that. I think that's going to look really good, and it'll give it a little more meat in the center there. All right, let's do it. All right, so I got this all glued up. We're going to let that dry for a little while, and we'll come back and do some more modifications on that. All right, I've got a couple pieces of that hollow brass rod cut up the size, and I'm gonna take some epoxy, mix it up, And we're gonna epoxy those into the holes where that Kevlar line is gonna go through. That'll give it something smooth to add next. All right, we've got our cross piece made, and that'll all fit together like this. But I want to make this piece where when it folds up, that it all fits together. So I've made a mark following this line on the cross piece, and I'm going to cut that out with a bandsaw, and I'm going to cut some other angles to make it look pretty, and then we'll be able to make a pre-assembly before I take it back apart, sand the whole thing, and finish it. Okay, I got our piece cut out, and we made that curve, and I rounded over the edges and all that sort of thing. And now we're going to see how this thing goes together. So there's its folded. Let's make sure that part fits in there. It's pretty good. Yeah, so that'll fold up really nicely. All right, I'm gonna unfold it, slide those in. There we go, it looks pretty good. So now we'll put the string in. I took that piece of Wenge and cut it down a little and just sanded the edges. I'm gonna drill a hole through the side, because that's gonna spin like this to tighten that string and tighten the blade up. So let me drill that hole, we'll put it together. All right, we're on to one of our last steps. Today we're going to use this Odie's oil. All the pieces have been sanded by machine and by hand. And we're going to apply this Odie's oil to it, and we're going to use this white Scotch wrap pad to do that. It's going to really make this stuff look good. So we'll start with this one and get it all finished up here. Let's get this thing assembled. So I've already got the blade attached. We're going to wait on tightening these bolts up for now until we get everything put together. Went ahead and glued the ends of that Kevlar line together so it's easy to push through the holes here. In the words of my son, if you can't tie a knot, tie a lot. Blade bolts. All right, there we have it. So we've got a nice folding bucksaw there, and the last thing I'm gonna do to this is cut some Velcro strip so it'll hold it in that closed position. So there you go. It looks really pretty, that Leopardwood, and I like that. And you can simply untwist that to fold it back up. So there you go.